Hey, I promised I was going to talk a little bit about pastel, so I thought I'd show you this little thing that I've been using. I've had it around the studio for a while and I haven't really used it for much, just because usually laying my hand in things doesn't turn out to be that big of an issue. Because often I'll just put a piece of glassine under my hand so that if I'm working in pencil, I won't smudge it. But with pastel, a sheet of glassine I have found is not quite enough. And if I start sliding the glassine around, I use pastel pretty heavily and I end up like leaning my hand in it and then getting all over the place. When my hand comes up here in a second, you'll see there's a little dark spot underneath of the nose down in the blanket. And that was where I laid my hand in the nose and got some black all over the place. So this board that has blocks on both sides is a piece of, I don't know, it was like some packaging or something in a box with some furniture that I ordered. And I saved it because I thought of this use for it, making like a little arch that goes over top of a pastel drawing so I can lean my hand on that. And it works when I remember to lean my hand on it. Sometimes I just move it out of the way and totally forget that that's what it's there for. But if you're looking for something to use, if you're doing pastels, there's a lot of people that do things like tape a long wooden spoon down over top of their artwork. They tape it at the top and then hold it with their non-drawing hand and then lean on it with their drawing hand. This thing, since it has two ends to it, I can just lay it in place and I don't really have to hold it in place. So I find that a little bit easier. But I do know there's all different kinds of ways to handle that. But this drawing is actually not one of my commissions. It's one that I've been working on for a while in between some other things. So I would go do some gouache for a while because I did a couple gouache commissions, go do some gouache for a while, and then go do some pastel and then kind of skip around doing a bunch of different things. This happens to be a friend of mine's dog, and some of you may know her, and I'm not going to tell you who she is because I don't want you to tell her, and I don't want her to know about it. She knows that there's something coming for her for Hanukkah. I told her I needed her address for a Hanukkah card, but she got her dog at the same time as I got my dogs. So for years now, we've been sharing dog pictures back and forth. And I thought it would be fun to practice doing a white dog because one of my commissions is going to be a white dog. And now I need to go get some more white and cream pastels because I used them all up on this big drawing of this dog. So I need to do a little shopping already. Anyway, so this is going to be in her hands shortly. I've already actually finished it. This was footage that I shot, I guess, yesterday when I was getting down to the end doing this paw. And then I finished that section over on the right-hand side. So you'll see it all complete in a minute. But I also wanted to tell you about the fundraiser that I have going on. You guys can have access to it today because Saturday morning, I'm going to give everybody else access over the weekend for this sale. Now there's 3 sections on the sale page, and this is on my fine art website. So there'll be a link in the post. The top section is products. And once the products are gone, I'm just going to remove that section entirely so people don't be scrolling past them and all that. But there's markers. There's just a bunch of different stuff in there. One is my full set of sketch marker alcohol markers because they don't make them anymore. So you can't replace ink, you can't replace nibs or anything. So I want somebody else to use them. I'm not going to use them in videos or anything because you can't buy them anymore, but somebody can get some great use out of them. And whoever ends up buying the set, I'm going to give them the hex chart, so they can print it out and color it up and have a hex chart with them. And as you use them up, you just throw them away because it is what it is. But if you've wanted to get some alcohol markers, they're a really cheap price. I think they're $1 something each, what I priced them at, which is crazy, crazy cheap. But there's so many of them, I decided to just mark them down really cheap. The other things are marked about 50% of retail. So they're still a really good deal. So you'll pay that plus the shipping for each one of them. But there's some water-based markers. There's some water pens like Altenew, like water brush marker thingies. So there's also some envelopes. I destashed some stamps. So there's envelopes that have like 13 things in each one, mostly stamps. There's a couple of them that have a die set in them, but most of them are stamps. And those are really reasonably priced too for that many things in them. And all of the proceeds from all the supplies goes straight to World Central Kitchen, except for the shipping cost. Then there's a section that has art things. So I have the leftover ornaments that didn't sell over the weekend. I have some kind of fall and winter themed art pieces. I figured I'd put all those in that section where a percentage of all that stuff goes to World Central Kitchen instead of 100% of it. So some of it goes there. So there's ornaments, there's some drawings and paintings and that kind of stuff. So you can check that section out. And then below that, there is a third section, and that's everything that I've put back into the store, at least for now. It's still a lot of stuff, and I think I'm going to peel out some more, but you can see what's there. I put a bunch of them on really good sales too, because, Christmas. And I thought, before it gets too late to ship things to people to give as Christmas gifts, I would do that sale real quickly. And see, look, my hand has already forgotten to lean on the little leany thing, because that's just what I keep doing every time I do any pastel drawing, because I am brainless. I am at times brainless. But anyway, I am working with my soft pastels, the ones that you've seen before, as well as I just bought this set of Caran d'Ache pastel pencils, and really nice colors. They work really well. That's my my little dust devil, where I suck up all the extra stuff instead of blowing it around my studio, which has really been nice. So yeah, I've been using the Faber-Castells and the Caran d'Ache pastel pencils. One is more hard, the other is more soft. And in between every one of these like whiskers, I wipe the tip of my pencil off on a paper towel, just so I don't pick up any of the color that's underneath, and then lay it down. So that's the reference photo. And I tried to improve on it because the dog is not yellow, and the reference photo feels very yellow with the lighting, and it also feels very much in shadow. So I tried to pull in more sunshine. I don't know what that little flash was, but there's a whole lot of colors in here. There's like yellows and purples, like violet gray is that purple shadow. And I really like that color. Worked really well for a white dog. So I'll zoom in here and you can see just how many colors are in all of this. I don't draw every single bit of fur, and I get very expressive with things like the blanket texture, because for me, it's like the overall expression of the animal is what I'm really after. So I'm hoping she's really going to like this portrait of her pup, because he's just so cute. I just want to meet him. But they don't live where I live, so I've never gotten to meet him other than seeing him in pictures. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoy the Destash sale and fundraiser. Just check those links really quick, because I think some of those supplies are going to go fast. See you later.